Before I get into this story, I need to give you just a brief background. First off, my wife and I are both from a very rural part of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I always used to tell people that I had to drive 50 miles one way to go to McDonald's growing up. It's the type of place where, now that I go back to, you realize how very empty it is in those spaces between the towns. Anyway, on to the story. My wife was visiting family for the weekend in Upper Michigan and was driving home to Wisconsin early on a Sunday morning. She described the morning as cloudless and sunny and seemingly normal. She left town and was on the outskirts where there's few houses but a good number of fields. About 15 minutes into the drive, she said she saw something out of the corner of her eye out in one of those small fields. She said her first instinct before she focused on it was that it was a horse. You know how when you spot something like a dog in your periphery and your brain uses available info like movement and relative size, and all that says, dog. She said that's exactly what happened, but her brain said horse. When she turned to look, she said she saw an absolutely gargantuan white or cream-colored wolf loping along the tree line in the field next to the road. She said it was trotting along casually in the field, but near the edge of the forest, and that other than the fact that it was huge, said it looked like a normal wolf. She said she was so stunned that she put on the brakes in the middle of the road and sat and watched for approximately 15 to 30 seconds. She confirmed in that time that it wasn't her mind playing tricks on her or a trick of the light or anything. She said it was literally a horse-sized wolf. Now, after those 15 to 30 seconds, she said it stopped, stood up on two legs, and looked directly at her, and then bounded into the trees. She got her phone out and called her dad, who said she probably just saw a big gray wolf. Now, we've both seen gray wolves, and while they are large, she said this thing wasn't even close. To her estimation, it stood 5 to 5.5 feet at the shoulder. That is, when it was on all fours. Now, for clarification purposes, I've actually seen the field she was talking about. It's maybe 50 yards from the road to the tree line, if that, and there are no obstructions. Along the edge are small spruce trees interspersed with larger oaks and whatnot. So there's a fair number of things for the eye to use as reference. She said she never lost sight of it until it went into the forest. Since then, we've learned that these creatures are usually referred to as dogmen. And based on what we've read and heard about these creatures, my wife said that she never wants to have that kind of experience ever again. And I don't blame her one bit.